And we're live. Hi, everybody. I'm Eli from Legacy Farms Coffee. I'm here with the owner, head coffee bagger, Ashley.
Hi, everybody.
And don't forget to join on. Hopefully, everybody has a good time tonight.
Sorry, guys. I was finishing up some notes on questions of the week. And we're on Legacy Farms Coffee 200 on YouTube, Legacy Farms Coffee 2010 on Instagram, and plain old Legacy Farms Coffee on Facebook. You guys can find us on Podbean and some places like that, Amazon. If you want to listen or watch some of our podcasts from the last year and a half, please do that. Anybody that hops on tonight can get on screen if they want to, plug your company if you want to. Either way, it's coming a storm here tonight. Our lights have flashed a couple of times, so we're gonna plan on a shorter one. We were a lot of the farm questions this week have been over two main things: when's the crop going to get here, how much we're going to have, and what are the processes. The quick thing with the processes, we're going to have a red honey like we always do, but then we've got a yellow honey, which is sort of controversial. Some people will market it as semi-washed, and some people call it yellow honey, according to what their customers want. It's the exact same thing.
Really?
So, yeah, it's the same thing. And so, but we're going to have a yellow honey because we ended up, they accidentally ran some through the water. And so we stopped it, drained the water off. So it had a lot of mucilage on it, but it's still spring water and all that good stuff. But the red honey never sees the water. A wash, we scrub it until it's clean. So we're going to call a yellow honey or semi-washed. It'll say yellow honey / semi-washed. So they're the exact same thing. They're just marketed differently. But we're going to have that as an option this year. And it did have different flavor profiles because we split the lot. They didn't put all of it in the canal. So that'll be a different process. We're going to have very, very little of the natural this year, just because the weather wasn't working with us. But last year, the most popular coffee that sold out in one day was the Marciesa Natural, and then the Mario Hipe Natural.
And you didn't get any of that, did you?
No, we did some of both of those. So we'll have.
No. I mean, last year, did you get any of that coffee for yourself?
Oh, that's the one that I almost didn't get any of. But when I mentioned that on the podcast, somebody that was listening. They listened on the podcast when I said there wasn't much of the Marciesa Natural left. We put it online that morning, been selling really fast. And so then two of the guys said, we're going to buy some tonight. But then a third guy that was listening, and none of these guys really know each other, he jumped on and bought everything we had. And so then the next week I made a comment that I didn't even get to try it because we had 97 cupping or, analysis that we did on the coffee this year. And I don't get to cup every one of those coffees. So some of them are aged out when or have rested long enough. A lot of that I'm here in the States, so I don't get to try it. It's so that's always fun because it's exciting when I get to try new stuff here. But anyway, that guy sent me back a couple pounds of the coffee. He roasted a pound and sent it back to me for me to try his. And then he sent me a pound or two of the green so that I could roast it myself.
Sounds like fun.
This year, I think there's going to be about 200 pounds. Just me mentioning that I did the Mario Hipe Natural, it's already sold out.
What?
Yeah. And
you pre-sold it?
Yeah, it's already pre-sold. But I think there should be about 200 pounds of the Marciesa Natural. So you might want to go ahead and about 50 pounds of that's pre-sold. But you might want to go ahead and get your name in the hat on that. I've got...
Speaking of name in the hat, are we?
Oh, yep. Name in the hat would be
this year, or anyone who buys or orders coffee from us this year. We just do it online.
It's going to be a drawing. We'll do it live on one of the podcasts.
No, I mean, are we just doing online orders to get in that?
Yeah, it'll be people that order from us online. Because it's our 10th anniversary for this farm. We've had our other farm longer, but the big farm we've had 10 years. So celebrate the 10th anniversary. We're just going to give away 10 pounds of coffee, roasted or green. according if you're a roasted customer or a green customer.
So every order you get from us is one ticket into the hat, or one name into the hat. So if you buy green, we'll put you in the green side, roasted in the roasted side, and the winner we'll do at the end of June, and we'll get 10 free pounds of coffee.
There you go. And you can pick the coffee. And if you send me an email, a lot of times there's some coffee that's not on the website. Like I normally don't put my Mario Hipe on the website. I don't put my Geisha on the website, or the Robusta. I don't put those on the website. So if you want to add some of that in, you'll get to sort of mix and match whatever you want, and we'll send you exactly what you want. And again, instead of ordering 20 pounds, you can order 10 pounds and get your name in there twice.
Yeah.
Do it the same day. We don't care. There's a minimum of 6 pounds, and I think we're gonna keep with that.
For the green,
on the green pound. Yeah, there's no minimum on the roasted side. We had somebody last week ordered an 8-ounce bag of coffee, and I'm not making fun of you. So, but they ended up paying $7 or $8 shipping for an $8 bag of coffee. So, I love it when people try out our coffee. But I went ahead and put in sample packs with that, so they got to try a few different things. But yeah, I'm excited about that. And it won't be just 10 pounds of coffee. We'll throw in the little Hunter and V60. We'll throw
and maybe
in
some coffee cherry tea.
Burlap if you want, coffee cherry tea. We have cardamom spice that we grow.
Should be like an entire care package for
once your name gets drawn, it'll mainly have to do with what it costs us to ship it to you. And so once we're at 10 pounds, that's an easy one to add stuff to. And so we can easily add up to burlaps and all that stuff. Burlaps take up a lot of volume, and so they tend to mess us up. Somebody was asking about the mission trip. I'm going to go ahead and knock that out real quick. It is have you got your thing up in July?
Yes, I do.
We're leaving July the 9th.
The 9th, which is Tuesday, July 9th.
So what is the next Tuesday? The 16th?
16th.
Through what?
The 23rd.
So there's a group coming up the 16th through the 23rd.
We'll come a few days. We'll come on the 9th.
Right. We're going to come on the 9th, but you wouldn't be able to come until the 16th. So you could come the week of the 16th, and that's when we're going to drive to the airport and pick up the other group. So you could come the 16th through the 23rd. We're going to leave with the group on the 23rd, so there's not an option to stay later on this particular time. I'll be back in September for just 2 weeks of miscellaneous stuff. So if anybody wanted to come up during September, that would be an option also. And there's not a group, not going to be a mission group, so it would be a little more liberal week. We're just going to be doing work on the farm and doing a little bit of traveling. We'll be going to Don Lee to hit the cigar factory pretty hard. Some things like that.
Not for me, no.
Yeah, Eli bought cigars on his last trip, so we're good. I got I got my preliminary report from Anna today, so it looks like we're going to have 180 bags of my coffee, 14 bags of Anna's coffee, which we usually price her coffee a little higher because we pay her pretty good for her coffee. And then Santos is going to have 1 or 2 extra bags of coffee this year. But on my 180, excuse me, we had some low scores, but we flavor coffee, so we won't be selling that. We have a couple of 81s this year. We have 2 bags that are actually 79.
So that's good or no?
Well, that's okay. It's not specialty grade, but that's what we're going to do.
Really? That's not specialty?
No, it starts at 80.
Really?
But we have 2 bags, so 300 pounds of 79. But we have fundraisers every year where we sell 700 to 900 pounds of flavored coffee. So the 79 is gone for that. And
it's 1 point below specialty. It's fine.
So it's still listed as very good on the word score. So I'm fine, and I've drank it quite a bit.
Drinking it?
No.
Oh, is that not good?
You're a redneck. He's born in Tennessee. That's all. You can't expect much from him.
Let's talk about you.
Ain't got no learning. But 79 is a good coffee, but specialty grade is specialty grade, so it's a better coffee. And a lot of times we've had to flavor 83, 84 coffees, which is a little sad. I hate to do it, but people want to buy it, and that's how they want to buy it. So that's what I do. So the container should be here on the around the 7th to the 10th of July. We may have to hold it because Eli and I are leaving on the 9th, but so the coffee will be available for sale like on the 29th. Anna has 2 more weeks of selecting coffee before we'll have our final numbers and can start the paperwork as far as getting a container. What they have a phrase that says, I got a container today or something like that. And what that means is you actually got a number and you know within a few days of when that container is going to be in Honduras, unloaded at the port, ready for you to load. So we'll make our application probably Friday to get a container. And I'll just guess at how much coffee we're going to be shipping. And so if it's within a couple of bags, then if it's not right, then we kick a couple of 79s out. If it is, then we don't. If it's short, then we all have to go and buy some. And I've always got some friends there that have a little bit of coffee. So I bought, I think 8 or 11 bags today. Anna hasn't selected it out just yet. So we bought some for my friend Herbert. It's all Perry Nama. So if anybody likes Perry Nama, it's probably going to be 50 or 70 cents less than what my Perry Nama is because it scored a little bit less. So the coffee should be online and ready for shipping July the 29th, which is about when we normally do it. It just happens we had a mission trip that sort of throws a wrench into things. They haven't given us until tomorrow. On tomorrow, we'll know exactly what the prices will be, but nothing has majorly changed since last year. So we're looking at maybe a 9-cent price difference just because of fuel. But other than that, it's not looking like there's a big price change on coffee. And we're not going to change it on our end. On the farm, a lot of people have asked about Anna. Anna's wanting to do less on the farm. So I have a proposal that I'm going to give her tomorrow. There's a lot of stress on the farm, and a lot of that falls on Anna, especially when I'm not there. So we're promoting Anna up, Isabel up. So she'll be taking over a lot of Anna's duties. And we're going to move Anna to 1 or 2 days a week on the project so she can do library projects for the children's library program. Can you grab my pen? Thank you, sir. And then there's a guy named Alejandro that I hired a couple months ago. He's going to get promoted up. And then he and I are going to go get our driver's license in July. And so he'll be able to drive some. And I've made a bid on a truck. We're going to try to buy him a almost brand new to me 1988 Mitsubishi Mighty Max. Diesel, 4-speed, 4-wheel drive.
Thing sounds pretty indestructible.
Yeah, they've tried to beat it to death already, and it's still running. So I'd say it is indestructible. But we're gonna jack that bad boy up, put some new suspension under it, and I'm gonna get it running like a top. So that's what I'll be doing in September. Is what kind of Perry Nama is Herbert? Is that what you're asking, Richard? What kind of coffee Herbert has? It's the Perry Nama like mine. It's not an heirloom, but it's probably going to be about an 83. So once we get it selected out, we'll have another cupping analysis done, so we'll know exactly what it is. But
real quick about the drawing.
Oh, okay.
I think we'd either do it the 30th of June or the 1st of July.
Yeah, I think something like that.
So it'll either be Sunday, 30th of June, or
let's do that. Yeah, we'll do it Sunday night, the 30th of June. So
Sunday night around this time, probably the 30th of June, we'll do the drawing. So yeah, so if anybody who's bought coffee, if you guys will join in, then we can you can hear who wins. Hopefully it'll be you, maybe.
And we were going to put in a set of coffee cups, but Mr. Richard said something about them. So I'm going to do a drawing right now. Oh, and look, it's Mr. Richard's name. There you go. So we're going to be sending Mr. Richard some of those coffee cups, just for the heck of it. It's my farm.
That's a great try.
My farm, my rules. So no, I've got some. I'm going to send a set of coffee cups, and I forgot which ones I even put in there.
Is our Perineum natural?
No, is anything we get from the mill is all washed. So it'll be a washed Perineum, which is my favorite.
No, he's saying what's ours. It's
ours. We don't do a natural in a Perineum. I've tried it 3 different times, and all 3 times.
I think it's honey, though, right? Do we do it?
No, we do. Our farm, we're going to have a canal washed, and we're going to have a red honey in the Perineum from our farm. The stuff that comes from Herbert's farm is going to be washed, and anything we buy from the mill will be washed. And so it's going to be about an 83. I haven't cupped the coffee yet. Herbert cupped it, said he liked it. But he and I made a deal the other day. I was going to ship the coffee to the States to him and sell it for him and just send him a check every time we sold a bag. And he sent Anna a message and sent the truckload of coffee out there today and said, it's Ashley's. I don't want any part of it. He wants his money up front. And so he made us a really good price on it. And there you go. So I've got some 83-point Perineum.
83, really?
Yeah, so it's a nice Perineum. It's yet to see what the flavor notes and all are. The worst case on Perineum, it's chocolate with a hard caramel finish. And so that's usually what a wash turns out to be. But
hopefully it could be like dulce de leche and
we have a heirloom Perineum, which is a more elongated, but that sort of means that you can track it back a couple of generations. And so our washed Perineums have had grapefruit, dulce de leche.
What if you had both at the same time?
Well, we do.
Really?
Yeah, our lot P3M is dulce de leche and grapefruit. Has both of those in the same one.
That's gonna be great.
And to be honest, I don't taste it a lot of times, but I need to sit down for a full day. I need to get Mr. Richard up here, and and some of you other guys that are watching, I need to get y'all up here, and we just have a
coffee taste test.
Just have a coffee thing. And before the year that COVID came in, 19 or 20, whatever that was, we had planned some roasters events. And I'd contacted some hotels to see if there was a room that we could use and take my little fresh roast in. And we were going to try to have some events where I just went and stayed at a hotel for 2 days, and we just sat out by the pool and roasted some coffee and just did some things like that. And so I think that we're going to try to do that. It's probably going to be August and October. We're going to try to do 2 events in 2 different places where we just go, and I want to add some of you guys' stories into the book that I'm writing. And so I want to do that. I think one of the events is probably going to be in Chicago, right outside of Chicago. I forget what that town was. We're going to pigtail off of Coffee Con. Whenever their event is, we're going to stay a couple of days past that. So anybody in Chicagoland area, around in there, we're gonna stay after we finish up, because I think I'm speaking at Coffee Con again this year, and I'm going to do a pre-book thing there too, and give out some rough drafts to a few people. And I'm not sure what I'm going to speak on, but he did say he wanted us to come back. It won't be the same as it was last year, because you know how days are different. But I think it was October the 6th last year. We were there 5, 6, and 7 or something. But yeah, I think it'll be Coffee Con again this year. So we'll try to pigtail something off of that, or we may just stay the week and do it the next weekend, or we'll figure out something. Eli will be making my travel plans again.
Yeah,
so he's good at that. What happened to my list? Here it is. If there's anybody that can shoot any questions to us. Yeah, pricing, container, all that good stuff. Somebody was asking us, we've had a couple of things this last month. We're going to be pulling green coffee probably the end of June. just in, getting ready for the next season to be coming through. We're running sort of low, and we usually do that, and it gives Julia time to start putting all the new cupping scores on. But anybody that watches the podcast can still get green coffee. The website will be down for about a week on the green coffee side. That'll be the end of June, and that makes it a little more relaxing for Julia to revamp all the new cupping notes and put on it. Or she might, what does it say about? They've already advertised them. That's
It
2024.
says details coming soon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, CoffeeCon hadn't announced its dates yet. So we'll be looking forward to that. Again, some things that people can help me with. Marketing. If anybody knows anybody that's written a book, put them in contact with me because I'm in dire need of some things like that. I saw a lady wrote a children's book about coffee. I reached out to her. I don't have those notes in front of me, I don't think. It's called My First Book of Coffee, written by Robin Well, I think her last name is, but it's called My First Book of Coffee. And I'm going to go ahead and order that bad boy and read it. But it's like a kid's book. And I just, because our book is going to be very eclectic. Anybody that's been to the farm, so like Jose, I can't think of who, Ben and Brian, those guys are all going to write. Connie's going to write one. Just write a little short story about their experience on the farm.
I might be able to write one.
Eli's going to have at least 1 to 2 chapters in the book. Just from his, at one point he had literally lived half his life on the farm. He was there from the day before he turned 4 till about 11. He was there on the farm. And so
actually I still probably have.
Yeah. So he's still close to half his life. He's lived there.
Yeah.
They call him Catracho, which means sort of, he's like not Honduran by birth, but he's Honduran by heart. And so they called me that too. And so,
you're either a gringo or a catracho.
Yeah. The kids should still say gringo when it's a white person, but I'm as tan as most of the Hondurans. So, they make note of that. But no, we love it there and we hate it there. There's, it's a love-hate thing. But I said, as long as my back porch is standing, the house can fall down. As long as I can sit on the back porch, drink my coffee, and now I have a barbecue grill.
And make hamburgers, he's happy.
Yeah. Oh man, I grilled, I think 7 pounds of hamburger meat in 2 weeks.
I don't understand.
Just me and the
still
dog.
Alive.
Me and the dog ate hamburger. So that was a great 2 weeks. I'm scared to do chicken because I've never done chicken before. But I will.
Easier than hamburger.
When he's there, we'll start doing. I've got some chicken breasts in the freezer, so we'll knock those bad boys out. But and also in July, we're going to be bringing back some snacks and stuff that we're going to be sending out. Before she makes me another cup, Richard, let's get together because I might try to send her my actual logo or something. And we might be able to, when she gets into it more, she wants to get into production. I think we could probably do something on my website where it just, it's called a backdoor into the website where she could sell some of her cups and do custom cups. I think a lot of people would love to have a custom cup. I'm talking to a guy over in Mound City, Kansas, and he's made me some really great cups. There's one up there. What color is that cup? You can't see it.
Which cup?
That blue one. But don't try to get it. He made me a really great set. They were matching in color, but the designs are just slightly different. One of them was slightly bigger, so it almost looked like a his and hers cup for me and my wife, which I didn't give her one. I just had, I call them clean cup, dirty cup. And so they're both mine. And I just use that way. If I have two, I use whichever one is clean. And then, of course, I do my little, this is brown on the inside, so it never stains. There you go. I like that.
I have to say, I definitely stains.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite cups. I went into the store and they only had one. And so I got it for like 75 cents.
Yeah.
Anything for $1, brother. Anyway, it's going to storm. I had the genius idea to completely tear down the roaster. And so I roasted a bunch of coffee.
One week later.
And then I ordered all my pipe off Amazon. Man, I got these great prices. I punch in 3/4 inch gas pipe, propane, and all that. And I got this pipe in, and it looks sort of cheap, but I run on 1,000 watts. And so I got this pipe in, and it looks sort of cheap, but I run on 1,000 watts. And so I got this pipe in, and it looks sort of cheap, but I run on 1,000 watts. And so I got this pipe in, and it looks sort of cheap, but I run on 1,000 watts. And so I got this pipe in, and it looks sort of cheap, but I run on 1,000 watts. And so I got this pipe in, and it looks sort of cheap, but I run on 1,000 watts. And so I got this pipe in, and it looks sort of cheap, but I run on 1,000 watts. And so I got this pipe in, and it looks sort of cheap, but I run on 1,000 watts. And so I got this pipe in, and it looks sort of cheap, but I run on 1,000 watts. And so I got this pipe in, and it looks sort of cheap, but I run on 1,000 watts. And so I got this pipe in, and it looks sort of cheap, but I run on 1,000 watts. 12 inches of water column, which I think is 2 or 3 pounds. And so I thought, well, that'll be fine.
And lots of duct tape.
Lots of Teflon tape. And yeah, we had definitely noticed real quick we put on more Teflon tape. But then when I did the first section, I did a pressure test, I had 4 leaks. And it takes so long to back all that off with the corners and T's. I said, forget it. And so I went back on Amazon, ordered everything in that, forget, malleable or whatever type of pipe. It's real thick. It's greasy. Has twice the thread distance as the other stuff does. And so it all came in today. All the parts came in today. So about 4:15 or so, 4 o'clock, I just started from scratch with all new pipe. So I'm about halfway through with that. I'll get it finished tonight before I go to bed. We're changing the roaster from 80,000 BTU to a potential of 200,000. It's only because I couldn't find exactly the right burners. So I think if I turned it up to 200,000, I'd probably set this thing on fire. But
probably
I wanted about 100 to 15, 120,000 BTU is what I wanted. And so I'll be able to easily get that much out of these burners. And there's so many, there's 6, I think there's 16 heads on each one of those plates. So I've got 32 burners, and they all go different directions. They look great, and they're going to cover my drum. They're a little bit wider than the other set, and a little bit longer than the other set. So I think I'm going to have better coverage. I'm going to have better response time, and I'm going to be able to do my curves a little bit better. I redid my control panel. I put little lights on there, so when I hit the drum, a light comes on. The cooling tray's got a different color light on it. I love it. And so I've got it wired. I've got everything, I think, the way I've always wanted it. So I'll get it done tonight, and I'll pressure test it. And so we'll see how that goes. And then somebody ordered $700 worth of roasted coffee today. So I've got to have it roasting by in the morning. So I'll get the roasting tomorrow. And the beauty of the gas valved bags is I can roast it tomorrow and still ship it tomorrow. So it's all whole beans. So I'll go ahead and roast it and ship it tomorrow. We'll put air holes in the boxes that we ship it in, so that because each box is going to have like 30 pounds of coffee in it. So a guy ordered 60 pounds of Perry Nama. So we'll do it. We'll do some test roasting, and we'll get it roasting. And I've got to do a bunch of flavored coffee. We'll do that first. Then we'll do dark roast. Then we'll do decaf, and then I'll throw in the Perry Nama when I think I've got more control over it. And so we'll give it a try. I'll let you guys know. We'll do another podcast maybe Saturday, because Saturday we don't have a lot of martial arts. So I'm going to have a little bit lighter day Saturday, and we'll sort of go from there. I'm looking. I think we answered all the
questions.
All the questions.
New question.
Oh, yeah. I have a PDF. I got GIF, IF. I got all kinds of different formats for my logo. Oh, and they're designing me a new logo, so I should get it this week. We're going to have a logo that actually says, it's going to be the shape of a coffee bean, and it's going to actually say Legacy Farms Coffee in it. For those of you who order my roasted coffee, it comes in a stamped bag, like these brownish type bags. And then I have a stamp that has the same logo as in the top corner of the screen. I'm having that changed to where it's a coffee bean shape, and it actually says Legacy Farms Coffee. It's a little bit bigger because I want it to be seen a little bit more. And we're going to start stamping our boxes and everything that we ship out, even the boxes with the green coffee. And it might even say legacyfarmscoffee.com. I'm not sure.
That's pretty cool.
We'll see, man. We will see. All right, guys, we're going to go in because I haven't had supper. Have you?
Neither have I.
Yeah, hadn't had supper. He hadn't worked much today, so I don't know if we'll feed him or not. But he's done real good. He's working with me in the forms. I'm doing my purple belt test on Monday for Taekwondo. I'm going to do my green belt test for our niece on Monday if they'll let me.
Gonna wait.
No, I'm going to just.
I was going to catch up with you.
Well, because there's only one fit. If I do 2 belts in one night, my physical fitness test will count for both of them.
Wait, really?
Yeah, so if
That is
you got a double
awesome.
belt one night, and that's it for me. Once they do the physical part, because it's like 50 to 60 push-ups and it's all this mess. So once I
it's
do
like-
that, oh my gosh, yeah, I try not to count because I can hear my shoulder ripping as I'm doing, And but I tell you what, I bet I couldn't have done 5 push-ups, real push-ups, when I started the class.
Not the 5-year-old kind.
No, not the 5-year-old kind where it looks like a cat's trying to give birth to a coconut or something. I'm not sure what they're doing, but yeah, it's you have to do real push-ups when you're an adult. And so when you're younger, they let you get away with a lot. So you guys that pray, be praying for me because that's going to be stressful. If I pass one of the 2 tests, I'm going to call it a win. But the Arnis always ends up to be a lot of hand-to-hand, which I love the hand-to-hand stuff. All night last night during testing, when you could pick a stick, a knife, or hand-to-hand, I did every one of mine hand-to-hand, and the other guy had a stick and the other guy had a knife. And so and I beat up a 15.
Okay, we're in the podcast now. Thank you guys for
I beat
watching.
up a 15-year-old girl in class. And so that's who you get paired with when you rotate. But she was like a national competing MMA person or whatever.
I think so.
And we were just like swatting and punching. And then she came at me with like a double leg takedown, was going to throw me to the ground. And I'm like, listen, you're 15 and you weigh 90 pounds. So I choked her out. So
it gets old very quickly, if
Yeah.
you're wondering.
I told the people at Walmart too. And so
Anyway, so thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share with all your friends who like coffee because we
and
would
don't,
definitely want to grow. Please don't get scared away by him, and please listen to the podcast again.
don't judge me for hitting a girl.
Yeah,
So-
so I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, our socials are Lakes Farms 200 on YouTube, Lakes Farms 2010 on Instagram, and Lakes Farms Coffee on Facebook. I hope you enjoyed, and all of you have a good night. We will most likely be doing another podcast around the same time on Saturday. Don't forget
And-
about the drawing on June 30th.
And Eli is awesome. Remember
Thank
that.
you.